County Commissioner Mike Sparks, who helps us co-host here every other Thursday. And we've got Chris Irwin, who's going to be with us from the Y to talk about their youth sports, and Rod Berger and Paul Lamb expected to join us in the second half hour to talk about the Wings of Freedom fish fry coming up here in just a few. I had told folks that we were going to be at the Tennessee Rehab Center, which is the early voting location here in Smyrna today, but Hooper Pinuel has fallen ill. He is, I guess, seasonal allergies. I don't know.
Yeah, he had a bad cold. I guess.
Coughing and all kinds of things. So we wish him a speedy recovery. He, of course, is always a big help to us on election night. And just a word about this: early voting continues through August the 2nd. In early voting locations, the one in Smyrna is the Tennessee Rehab Center. If you live in Smyrna and work in Murfreesboro, you can vote there at the Sports Com, at the Election Commission Operations Center, at the Election Commission office, or at the Old Ag Center on Old Fort Parkway. All of those locations are open from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. and 8 until 12 noon, and that is Saturday, 8 to 12 noon on Saturday, 10 until 7 Monday through Friday. So that's the early voting schedule, and early voting is open. Now they'll keep it open a little later on August 1st, I think, until about 8 o'clock. But Hooper is always good to be with us on election night. Bart is always at the Election Commission office, and we're manning the board at the station and getting all the election returns and all the information possible. So we will, of course, do that again Election Day, August 7th. Lots of county general election news as well. It always is, and gearing up for November and the big presidential race as well, and see what happens there. But just a word about the early voting that's going on now through August the 2nd. Don't want you to forget about Monday. I want you to mark your date Monday on your calendar at 10 o'clock on the NBC Today Show. The Nissan Wellness Coordinator for the YMCA here in Smyrna, April Wood, is going to be on the Today Show.
Oh, wow.
She is going to be on there because she has lost over 100 pounds. She's going to talk about how she's done that. So that'll be this Monday. And April, we wish her well on her travels to New York. It's pretty neat, isn't it?
It is neat.
So, what are we, let me get the forecast here, and then we'll kind of dive into some of the things. And we've got Chris. Chris can come on over here and have a seat. We'll get Chris in here in just a second. Your forecast, Good Neighbor weather forecast, sunny and 83 right now. We've got a few peaks of sunshine in between clouds, so we might ought to call it partly cloudy. Either way, we like to be on the glasses half full kind of side of it, if you will. Sunny and 83 now. Partly cloudy, 65 tonight, a 30% chance of showers and storms. Tomorrow, a 50% chance tomorrow night, 40% chance on Saturday, and then Saturday night through Wednesday, just a 20% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs around 90, lows around 70 again right now. Partly sunny skies and 83 degrees. All right, Chris, you're becoming a regular, it seems, every time we're out here. You have a lot of things going on with the youth sports, and you're the sports coordinator here at the North Rutherford Y. What season are we in now?
Well, thanks for having me on the show again.
Absolutely.
Right now we're doing flag football. We are starting our first practice this Saturday. It's going to be at Heritage Valley Park. Again, we're partnering up with Laverne Park and Rec. We've got a great partnership with them. Everything's going really good. We ended up having about 110 kids this time. So I was hoping for a little more, but it turned out great. Coaches are great, and we're really looking forward to it.
110 kids, that's, anything in its inaugural season, is pretty good. Those are pretty good numbers. Soccer, is there some word about soccer is coming up in the fall, I guess?
Yeah, we have. After spring soccer, even before it was over, we had parents already asking if we were going to do a fall. They really enjoyed it, so we decided we are going to go through with that. We're going to do a fall soccer program. Again, we'll partner up with Laverne and Park and Rec, and we're going to do it at Heritage Valley Park, just like we did the spring soccer program. Registrations will start August 18th. and they'll go up through September 12th or until it's full. I kind of see it may even fill up this time because our inaugural was 150. I've already had most of those parents say they're going to definitely come back. So you want to go ahead and get your registrations in as soon as possible when that starts August 18th.
Do you do any kinds of camps or anything of that nature? Do you have anything like that coming up?
As of right now, we don't have anything. I think of next year for the summer camp that we do here every year, we're going to throw in a sports program with that.
Very good.
So I'm excited. And we are talking about doing, we're definitely doing basketball in the winter. It'll be, practice will start in December. The dates haven't been confirmed yet, but the games will begin in January and go through February. And we're partnering up with Laverne Lake.
Okay, so it'll be at the middle school. Is that is elementary?
Yeah, I think they're.
Yeah.
I think they're.
All right, elementary school. All right, Chris. Anything else?
I believe that's it.
All right. What's your phone number here? And I know that we throw out a lot of information, but we don't always give phone number and contact info.
Alright, if they want to get a hold of me, the best number to reach me at is 339-5817.
We'll keep things rolling along, okay?
Alright guys, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate Chris stopping by. Chris Irwin joining us here, the sports coordinator here at the North Rutherford Y. And we've got the Honorable Mayor of the town of Smyrna who has made his way as well. Mayor Spivey, how are you?
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
Doing very good, doing good. Right now, we've got a lot going on politically, I guess. We want to talk a little bit about Smyrna as well in terms of what we're seeing around the Sam Ridley Parkway area. Well, I tell you what, every time I drive through here, every 2 weeks, there's something different.
We just begun to start.
Yeah.
What we were arguing about earlier.
Walking in, I was telling Mike, I was giving him a hard time since I know he kind of helps with planning there a little bit. But I told him if he's not careful, this Sam Ridley Parkway is going to be like Old Fort Parkway in Murfreesboro. So.
Not ain't that bad.
I don't think it can get that bad.
Mayor, as I came into town, I noticed some Rock Springs Road construction and all. Maybe you can update us on what's going on out there.
Well, we have a major project going on in Rock Springs from National Highway over to Stonecrest Parkway. We're completely redoing that road, straightening it out, putting curbs and gutters, and it'll be a 3-lane highway with traffic signals at Spring Hill Drive. And, this will be a parallel road to Sam Ridley, which will help move our traffic along and all like that. And of course, we're seeing that area fast developing into commercial, or you might say subprime commercial products with doctors' offices and chiropractors' offices and clinics that don't need a front row seat on Sam Ridley Parkway, but yet the convenience to everything. In addition to that, we're doing a final leg of Enid Springs Road all the way from South Lowry Street, US 41, all the way over to National Highway on the same layout that we are doing for Rock Springs. Be 3 lanes, and curbs and gutters and sidewalks, and the way people can move about the community without having to get in the car or walk in the ditch. So we're very excited about both of those projects, and we should be finished with both of them by the end of the year. So we're going to have to move on to other new projects that are coming forward right now. But,
they're kind of lining up on you, aren't they?
well, you know, with a population of 38,000 people, major things does happen. 6 years ago when I became mayor, we picked up about 14,500 people. So those people have to have services, and they have to be able to get from point A to point B without the impact of such heavy traffic. So we're excited about doing this. It's been remarkable the kind of progress that we've made and the help that we've had from all of our staff and doing this.
A lot of those people too that move into the area may not know the back way to get to a certain place or whatever, and that does add some congestion to the major arteries. What is something that Smyrna does in the city? Are there services for the new people that move in? I think that 14,000 plus, that's a considerable number. Is there any way that they can get information? Maybe they've stumbled upon the radio station here and want to find out how they can be informed about Smyrna itself.
Well, of course, Channel 3, which is a public television station, we're continually running features on our city there, about the parks and the recreation schedules and the changes that might be coming about that will further enhance the services that we are offering. And we get a good coverage from Smyrna AM as well, as far as what the Daily News Journal does on a once-a-week basis on Wednesdays. Of course, we don't want to forget our website. People can go online and pull down every bit of the information that we know about as far as our ordinances are concerned, what the laws are, where the parks are, what the television schedules are, and just a complete agenda of things that people need to know. So we feel like that we held ourselves out to be able to let them know about everything that we're doing.
Mayor Bob Spivey is with us here from Smyrna. Mike, got some questions
Well,
here for him?
I appreciate the mayor coming up on such short notice. You know, when Rupert called me earlier and said he couldn't make it, I was kind of looking for something to have up here, you know, something pretty informative. And I appreciate the good job that the mayor's done. I know one thing that's been dear to Mayor Spivey's heart is Arsenault College, and I was hoping to get Bob to elaborate on.
Award for our services to Arsenault, and the city and the mayor received a pretty nice award there from the Regents, and it was through our efforts to make sure that Arsenault College got located. Of course, we were able to give them the land, and of course the street that serves the YMCA here was built not only for the YMCA, but the running back to the college there was finalized. We done all the infrastructure for the college, and certainly we've seen a tremendous outpour of people that is using them. They've had about 18% increase in population since we got the new building. Right now we're into the second phase and we're going to attempt to build a 34,000 square foot addition, which will be basically directed towards nursing. Since we are so short of nurses in the area, with more hospitals coming and as our population grows, we're not keeping up with the pace of our we would expect by the end of next year that we'll be able to start construction on the second phase of it. All in all, we would expect this Arsenault College here to have more students than all the other Arsenault College satellite sites and the main campus put together. We expect to have 5,000 students here within the next 5 years.
Wow. And definitely serving a need, and I would think the folks at Stonecrest Medical would be excited about the expansion and a nursing program, because they're the ones that are needing nursing, and maybe a good relationship can develop there too.
Well, that relationship is already developing because they're helping to furnish some of the expenses that are going into the program as we speak. obviously, with Motto and what they offer is junior college, it's pretty remarkable that when you look into the needs here, we have 10,000 students a year graduating within a 25-mile radius of Smyrna, Tennessee. And a lot of those people are not going to have an opportunity to go to school if Motto is not here. So we're excited about the fact that we can generate what we need here as far as service to those students, and obviously that's what makes a better community. That's what makes a higher paying community and a better standard of life, and that's our job.
You kind of mentioned earlier, I know we're kind of jumping around here a little bit, but something that just came to mind with all of the growth and you know, with all of the retail here, have you noticed people slowing down any in terms of what they buy? I mean, are tax collections keeping up? And maybe you can fill us in a little bit on that. It would seem that if you're continuing to add retail, that there continues to be a need there.
Well, obviously, we hadn't seen anybody close. We're gaining retail extremely fast. Our next big project to be finished will be the J.C. Penney shopping center, along with TJ Maxx and Direct Buy electronics stores. It'll be right beside the Lowe's Center, right in behind Chick-fil-A and Bank of America. And another big thing that probably bypasses the average citizen here is the fact that on Ridley Parkway I-24 interchange, by the time we finish what's on the drawing board right now, we will have 1,000 hotel rooms on that interchange basically by spring of next year. Obviously, I figure everybody who pulls into a hotel is going to average 2 people. That's 2,000 people a day that we've got to feed breakfast to. We've got to fill their tanks up with gas, and we rent them a room, and they're eating 2 meals a day here. And then we wave them goodbye and thank them for the service.
And maybe they need to buy some clothing or whatever.
Absolutely.
So you've got it all right there.
That's exactly where our target wanted to be with interstate appearances, because we have a tremendous center overlooking that interchange right now, and it's filling up real fast.
What makes that a hot area for that much hotel space?
Well, you know, we got Fairfield Inn and built in there first, and then of course the next thing was Sleep Inn, and these people were experiencing about an 80-85% occupancy. And then the next one was built, and then the next one was built, and all of them are still averaging over 80% occupancy on that interchange. Now we got a 100-unit Holiday Inn that will be open in about 2 months. We got Comfort Suites that will be opening an 80-unit suite hotel, probably the early part of 09. And then another one, Candlewood Suites, is just coming online. We got La Quinta Inn that will be coming into the Planning Commission this next month for their site plan. So they keep coming. And Residence Inn as well, the Marriott product for the long stay type user, will be coming in up next to Cole's in the shopping center. So we're very excited about what's happening in our hotel.
Let's take a break here for the bottom of the hour news and get some commercial messages and update on traffic as well, and then we'll continue as we're at the North Rutherford YMCA. It's Rutherford Issues on a Thursday. We continue to talk about the town of Smyrna. And Bob, are there any areas right now? I know we've talked a lot about the growth in the Sam Ridley corridor area, but it seems to me that the other exit here in Smyrna, if you will, the other end, the Victor Parkway, Nissan Drive, starting to see a considerable number of businesses take up that leg of the interstate. Do you see that as being one of the future hotbeds of Smyrna?
I see it being as much as it can be, but you have quite a bit of floodland along that roadway there. The right side of it coming into Smyrna and built out. But you're going to see quite a bit of retail. You know, we've got a public store that's probably 80% complete, and several shops there that will be coming online. Also, we have on that Almond Road, Lee Victor Parkway intersection, we have another Cracker Barrel that looks like it's going to step up to the plate. So that's going to be pretty remarkable that if you count down the road from Ridley Parkway to Murfreesboro, that 10-mile stretch will have 4 Cracker Barrels. That tells you anything about the popularity of this food serving unit. In addition to that, back on Ridley Parkway, we've got some great news that will be coming before the Planning Commission next week. And that's a place called Cheddar's. A lot of people have heard about Cheddar's. They're a typical competitive type restaurant. They're Applebee's or Old Charlie's. They're from scratch type food preparation people, and a fairly large size operation. They'll build 8,300 square feet in their restaurant, and they project to have their average walk-through traffic is almost 500,000 people a year. They expect to do $5 million in sales, and it'll be probably our largest food year. So that's another exciting thing. And of course, they'll be locating near the Red Robin that's opened, and we've got Jackson under construction. In the very near future, Applebee's will be presenting us with their site plan, and of course, International House of Pancakes will be here, along with Demas Restaurant. And I've just met with people who are opening the theater. I would say the theater will be open by the middle to the last part of October, and it'll be a 14-screen theater. So we've got a lot of exciting things happening in that general area of Ridley and Stonecrest Boulevard.
You know, Stonecrest, Nissan, those are 2 big corporations. Are you working hard to court some of the likes of those folks? Maybe bring in some corporate headquarters and things of that nature. It seems if Nashville and Franklin can get those, then Rutherford County and Smyrna included should be in the running for at least consideration.
Well, obviously we're working to get national or international corporate chains. The Frankie Company have just started their construction of their building here, which manufactures restaurant equipment and basically manufactures all of McDonald's stainless steel equipment for nationwide. And they're moving their corporate offices here. They're a company owned by France, but the United States corporate office is not Tennessee. So we're very excited about getting those kind of opportunities. And yes, we're seeking those very diligently.
Those type of opportunities bring people who are going to call Smyrna home maybe for a long time.
That's exactly right. And they also bring $70,000 to $100,000 a year salary as well, which boosts our take-home pay across the board.
When do you reckon that will complete?
Frankie Company?
Yes, sir.
They're coming out of the ground pretty fast, and I would say it's probably going to be another 6 months before they're in full operation. You know, they have a smaller operation in Laverne, and they're moving from Laverne here, but they're also located in the corporate office as well.
Is that a Swedish company or German?
It's a French company.
French.
Well, it sounds like a lot is going on here in terms of school starting here pretty soon and things of that nature as well. It's going to be a busy time. What are some of the things that you, as the mayor this next year, now that we've started a new fiscal year, hope to get done in this next few months?
Well, we certainly hope that we can add the third championship in a row for Smyrna High School on their football team. We've done the unthinkable by winning 2 in a row.
It's never been done in Rutherford.
But to do the 3rd in a row, which it's altogether possible. But obviously, that's exciting to think about.
Well, on a note on that, you mentioned that just reminded me. Just today, listened back to the last of our broadcasts that we did last year at the Smyrna Independence game. And we're going to air that a week before the regular season football game starts. So Smyrna folks, listen in on August 15th at 7 o'clock. If you missed the local broadcast, you can catch it again and record it, save it, and whatever you'd like to do. So just thought I'd mention that. Mayor, it's been a pleasure to have you here with us. We're going to talk about something that's near and dear to your heart here in a minute too, and that's the Wings of Freedom Fish Fry. The Rotary does a lot to help many of the nonprofits here in Smyrna area.
Absolutely, we're very delighted with the program that Rotary started, and the cooperation that we've got, and the people that's involved. And certainly, we've got the guys here that lives and breathes it. So I think that we're well on the way to having a record year this year.
And Kingfish Fry is here, is that right?
Pardon?
Kingfish Fry, the king of fish fry.
Oh yeah, oh yes sir. We got 2 kings here.
Well, I guess so.
What's the order?
All right, Mayor, thank you again. Appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
All right, Mayor Bob Spivey joining us here, Smyrna Mayor, talking about things going on here in the Smyrna area, and obviously a booming town. Lots of things going on here. It's townofsmyrna.org, I believe. Is that right?
I'm looking at the mayor. Is that correct?
Townofsmyrna.org is the website.
Got it.
And head there
Not
if
the
you want
city.
to find out more. What's that?
Not the city.
Not
No, don't call it the city. We'll get mad at you.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we're going to take a break and come back. We are going to talk about the Smyrna Rotary's Wings of Freedom Fish Fry, which is coming up just a few weeks away. Hang tight. We'll be back with more Rutherford issues.
And he's always willing to step up, and I want to take it a step further. I made a plea out at Rotary a couple of months ago. I knew a widow in this community that lost her husband and didn't have any help. Basically, she had to get a loan to bury her husband. Pretty sad situation. Made a plea out for some folks kind of help, and I kind of put Bob on the spot. I just said, whatever we raise, I bet the mayor will double. We'll match it. And he come up to me later. He said, "How much did you raise?" And we raised 150, so Bob matched it. And want to say thanks to him. He's got a big heart, and it really meant a lot to them. They've about got everything paid down, so I'm very appreciative.
We also want to talk about Mr. Dempsey,
Jerome Dempsey. Jerome was going to be with us here today. I think he had a prior engagement, couldn't make it. But Dempsey Dealing and Associates is an engineering firm, and we spoke about Rock Spring Road, Springs Road, and his group is heavily involved in that. He's also a Rotarian, and Jerome steps up to the plate and really helps this community. He's got a big heart. He was our planning committee chairman for a few years, and one thing that I like about Jerome is he looks long-term things, and he look out for individuals, seniors, and also look out for small businesses. Look out for the working man a lot of times, and very appreciative about him stepping up and helping us to bring this show to Smyrna.
Mike, I'll tell you what, we have lined up here, looks like a motley crew.
Yeah.
Why don't you introduce here our guest as they talk about
Wings
of Freedom Fish Fry.
We've got a couple of guys. I put this notice earlier today too. We've got Rod Berger, and who's helping us with sponsorship, and Rod just took his job over for our other director that moved to Texas. So Rod's jumped in there and really took the ball and run with it. We've got Mike Waller, who's really been heavily involved with the fish fry, and we've got Paul Lamb. So apologize for them for such short notice, but also appreciate them coming up.
Well, it's not like Rod had to go that far.
No, Rod couldn't go far at all. Mike told me, I called him, I'm like, hey, can you come up here? And he's like, Mike, I'm not dressed for it. And then he was like, well, wait a second, this is the radio. I don't know what it's going to look like.
He rounds up all of his constituents at Rutherford.
Yeah, but we are videoing this, and a lot of times a lot of these shows, if people don't know, we put this up on Google Videos and YouTube, and Ian Arsenault that works with me, he's kind of my IT guy with our car business, and he's fixing to graduate from ITT in September, so he works hard on these things. Some of the videos we've got them all.
We do. You can get to them through our website, WGNSradio.com. So we need to make sure that we film Mike from the PlayStation.
He's in a t-shirt, got paint on it.
He looks like he's done a day's honest work. Well, I don't know about you, but he's a car dealer. So.
Oh, man.
Mike, talk a little bit about this fish fry for us, if you will. It's an annual event that is getting closer and closer.
It is an annual event scheduled this year for Saturday, September 13th at the Corporate Flight Management hangar here at Smyrna Airport. This will be our 6th year that we've hosted the fish fry, and it's our primary, really it's our only fundraiser for the local Rotary Club. Funds, all figures about 98% of the funds we raise go right back into the community with the not-for-profits, schools, programs that need our help. And one of the things that I really appreciate about it, especially now that we're raising the kind of money that we've had the success we have, we're able to make contributions and make a difference to a lot of organizations.
Well, I know the Boys and Girls Club is one of those that there's a long-term commitment there to help build a brand new facility for them, and that takes a lot of gumption to be able to do that.
Well, we hope so. It's the first time we've ever stepped out and done something where we didn't have money in the bank, quite frankly. But there was enough sentiment in the club and in the community, and there's obvious need to help them and need for that facility here in Smyrna. And of course, ones that have worked with secure location. I mean, this facility is going to be for us out there within walking distance of about 5 schools. So the young people will need to require transportation in a lot of cases to get to the facility and to the programs and the support they need. So we just felt like it was the right thing to do, had enough confidence in our club and the members, and most importantly in the community, that we made this pledge to the Boys and Girls Club.
Paul, how long ago was this idea batted around, and how did it all come about?
Well, I guess right after 9/11, we were heavily involved in the air show, and 9/11 kind of put a stop to all air shows, so we really didn't have a fundraiser. I think the idea was everybody enjoyed the sponsor party that we had, and Valerie Reed and I and Robert Mullins were together one day and we were talking about how we could raise money, and the hangar party came up, and Wayne Blair came up with the idea of having a fish fry because Lee Victory had quit doing his fish fry, and just kind of made it all one big party and fundraiser for us. And then we started out in small, and it's grown, and this is, like I said, the 6th year, and it's really turned out to be a great thing for the community and the place to be in September for everybody.
Now, Wings of Freedom, this all came about. I mean, how did you work in the airplanes and the honoring veterans and things of that nature with the fish fry?
Well, yeah, I think the first year we had some of our rescue squad guys go up to New York. We thought that'd be a good thing to honor. I mean, even just because they went up there and volunteered to do it, we thought it'd be a good way to show our appreciation to them, and then we got to just think, well, we can extend this and honor police and fire people, EMTs, military. So it's looking World War II last year. We had the oldest veteran in Rutherford County in honor of him. And this year we've got honor Fane Haynes. He's a Battle of the Bulge veteran and a prisoner of war, and just a real good person. So that's kind of how we got the Wings of Freedom.
Well, speaking of Mr. Haynes, talking about somebody that's red, white, and blue through and through, that's him, and that is definitely a good honoree there. Can't go wrong with that. Rod, I know you're working real heavily with raising funds for this, and where are you now, and what kind of help could you use?
Well, we're currently at about $26,000, trying to reach a goal of $75,000. So we still got a ways to go, but I mean, I'm just amazed at how well we're doing at this stage of the game, and the fact that people are stepping forward and making those donations to make this a reality to our community is just such a great thing. To help with the actual sponsorship, you can actually contact me here at the Y, or you can go online to the DNJ, to the blog, and they actually have a connection right to us. And then you can also go on to our website and basically fill out the form there and send it in to us.
And what is that
it
website?
Is, right there? Yes, it is www.rotaryofsmyrna.org.
See what we'll do as well on our website. We'll put a link there with a logo to send some folks right there to get some tickets as well, and get involved and get sponsorship involvement as well. So look for that in the coming days on our website, WGNSradio.com. We appreciate all three of you being here. I know, let's see, we've got a couple more times, I guess, to talk about Wings of Freedom before the day, but it's quickly approaching, isn't it?
It is. This next month and a half is just going to fly by, and we need your support. Community come forth, and business. We're going to show you, in our advertisement and there at the day of the event. So it'll be a good opportunity to put that step forward.
And you're talking about donations from $5 to $100 to whatever.
Yes. We have some signature line sponsorships at $1,500 all the way down to whatever you would like to do, and every dollar helps.
All right. Appreciate you fellows joining us today. And Mike, a word about August the 21st. We've got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, real excited about that. These gentlemen that's here in front of me, I know Bob Bayer is going to be there, Paul Lamb, Mike Waller, Corporate Flight. We think it'll be the first radio show from the skies. We're going to be able to fly with Smyrna, Murfreesboro, and we're going to do a live radio show. So thanks to Corporate Flight, that's about a $2,500 donation. That whole show is going to be dedicated to free pride, bringing attention and awareness to this and the Boys and Girls Club.
Just make sure there are plenty of trash cans close by to the radio host, and be ready to take over there, Mike.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it, Mike. We'll see you in a few weeks.
You.
All right. Mike Sparks joining us, County Commissioner here in the Smyrna area. For everyone back at the station, I'm Brian Barrett. Stay tuned. ABC News and All Sports tomorrow.